Only stacking
40.
Yeah, that's about accurate. Only stacking an
40,
extra like 40, 45K a month.
The rest just sits in your account?
Yeah, I don't really do anything with it at the moment.
Okay, you don't
So
have to answer this. I'll ask you, do you feel comfortable saying how much you actually have in your bank account that you're sitting on right now?
yeah, a little bit over 700 grand. So
Okay, and do you have
it's
any investments?
I don't, which is a problem.
Okay, so no like random equities and stocks or crypto or real estate anywhere, like it's just in cash.
No, all cash.
Okay, understood. You have a watch on for like 30-ish K. You have any other watches?
Just this one. Yeah.
Okay, understood. So you're pretty much sitting on cash and then a watch.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, understood. You have
So,
any Amex bills or credit card bills that rip out of that extra 40-ish a month? Or is that part of
that's
what we
all
already talked about?
inclusive. Yeah, that's all inclusive.
Okay,
So,
understood. So in terms of your actual cash that you're currently sitting on, and you just look at how you currently are, yeah. And what's your age, Scott?
I'm 22.
Okay.
So,
Now, I'm sure that you're doing something similar to what most 22-year-olds would do in this situation. You're probably comparing yourself to other 22-year-olds or like people that are similar to you or like you or
yeah.
that you like went to school with. Like who's your comparables?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times there's a coping comparison to the average 22-year-old, which I think comes with some of that complacency.
Right.
Rather
Anybody,
than,
now it's a very interesting thing to actually delve into. Do you have anybody that is top of mind that you think of that you compare yourself to, or is it more of just an ambiguous stat
be-
line that
yeah,
is what you think the average 22-year-old is like?
my siblings. So I'm the youngest of 7. Most of them are, 20s, 30s, 40s.
Your parents were getting busy, huh?
They're
7
yeah,
kids, yeah.
yeah, they were.
Congratulations to them.
So they're all in the car business. They
Yeah.
all make 100 grand a year. So a lot of the times there's comparison amongst family, which I
Okay.
think can have a bit of an issue.
Okay,
So
understood. Now, I'm sure you can understand this. What you compare yourself to is what determines your potential. Do you
Mhm.
believe that?
I would say 100%.
Can you see how that comparison would obviously erode your earning potential and your additional drive you may be able to tap into?
Certainly. Yeah.
Do you believe that there's more sacrifices you need to make and that your life would likely change in order to hit $1 million a month compared to the 206 you make now?
Yeah, there's definitely a considerable amount, I'd say.
Now, I
So
just want you to notice something. In terms of body language, you just let out a sigh as I asked you about the sacrifices to 5X. What
yeah.
came to mind as you thought about that?
Definitely like in a lot of those additional hours that you'll mention, is more just like lifestyle. Like I'll pop up a James Bond movie, go on dates, go to the club, stuff like that, which can mess up my sleep schedule and deteriorate a
Yeah.
lot of that time. And so a lot of it is, being able to sacrifice that because I didn't do that stuff when I was scaling up. It's more so of like I've kind of reset into that ever since
Understand.
I've gotten into a position of
Look,
complacency.
I mean, the point of life is to get
So
money out of the way so you can live.
yeah,
I understand that. I'm not telling you to sacrifice your quality of life. What's
yeah,
interesting is what you just revealed about how you think
hmm
the 5X to go from 200 to $1 million a month. You
Mhm.
currently equated it that it's going to take more time and effort.
yeah, for certain.
You believe that with certainty.
I do believe so. Yeah,
Now,
but
what if I told you that out of what you're currently doing in a day, realistically, there's not much you have to add.
Hmm.
It's just a difference of changing the actions that you
yeah,
take to be higher leverage.
Hmm.
It's not like you actually have to commit more time to get the additional dollars.
yeah.
You come from money,
My parents did well. Yeah,
but they work in the automotive space, you said?
yeah. My dad's a partial owner at a car dealership.
So simply put, the amount of cars that they sell per month is what's going to dictate the amount of revenue that they're able to take home.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And for them, same kind of logic, would you think that it takes more time to sell more cars?
In theory, no, actually.
Why?
So, because he has a team under him that actually is able to delegate that off of his plate.
Okay.
So,
And when you look at you comparatively, like you have 3 people, including you and your team right now.
yeah.
Does it actually take more time? Or is
No.
it just a difference of what you do with the time you're putting into the day right now?
I would say with that perspective, it is a difference. And then potentially a couple more key hires, depending.
So a very important thing to understand, an employee mindset
Mm-hmm.
is that in order to make additional money, I
Yeah.
have to have more time and more effort that goes into whatever I'm doing to get the additional money out.
Right.
Okay. When it comes to, as an example, let me give you a perfect one. You run webinars for people.
Yeah.
I don't technically need to do more webinars to make more money. I need more people per webinar. So the same exact time I'm putting into that one event is just more leverage in that same 2 hours that go towards the webinar execution. Right.
Very true.
So the question becomes, like, as an example, you have the variable of your rev share revenue right now.
Mhm.
Your rev share revenue is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
with a better client or
Mhm.
just more money coming from the current clients that you work with right now, which again won't take additional time and effort, believe it or not.
It's
It'll just
true.
take a difference in action with the time you're putting into their accounts right now. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
So
So
a very important reframe here is two key things. Just to not skip over the first one here is your 700K in cash you're sitting on, you might view it as an asset, but
mhm,
in reality, it's currently eroding your profit potential and your revenue potential and what you're actually going to do to go out there and make more money
right.
because of comparison bias. Okay.
Mhm,
And the people that you're currently comparing yourself to, it sounds like you're a family or
yeah,
some made up 22-year-old average stat line that's in your head that may be backed by real data to be fair, but in
right.
general is also acting as a negative comparison bias. You don't ever want to look down, you want to look up at what you compare yourself to. That way you strategically retain the frame of feeling small while
Yeah.
thinking big. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that does.
Now, a lot of this isn't ethereal, okay? This is very like matter of fact. You have to change what you're actively looking at that takes
Mhm,
that same exact number when you open up your bank account and stare at it and it goes up by about 40K a month. You have
mhm,
to change that to feeling like, oh my God, I'm behind. And what makes you actually in that situation feel strategically behind as a
yeah,
mental stance is just the difference of what you are actively comparing yourself to in terms of progress.
true.
Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.